Underneath every version of you that hesitates lives a creature built for decisive motion. It sits coiled behind your excuses, waiting for the moment you finally stop negotiating with fear. Life rewards the one who steps forward, while everyone else looks sideways for permission. The world does not bend for the polite. It bends for the one who acts while others analyze. Becoming uncompromising begins when you stop trying to protect the feelings of people who have already disqualified themselves from your mission. Every second spent softening your fire is a second stolen from the identity you were meant to grow into. When you understand that softness invites delay, but conviction invites evolution, you begin carving a path that only the relentless can walk. This is where the transformation begins. Power emerges when you remove the cushion beneath your comfort. When you stop presenting your ambitions as optional, your mind starts treating them as oxygen. The body learns from the tone you set. Give it doubt, and you will move like a question. Give it direction, and you will move like a command. To step into fierce clarity means cutting ties with the part of you that seeks approval before action. Approval is a chain. Execution is a blade. Those who rise do so because they choose the blade every single time. They create momentum where others create excuses. They create outcomes where others create opinions. They never wait to feel ready because they know readiness is a luxury that belongs only to the timid. The path demands something sharper. Every major shift you admire came from someone who decided their emotions were not qualified to run the show. You cannot build a future with a mind that collapses every time discomfort whispers. Ruthlessness toward distraction is not cruelty. It is self-preservation. You are either the commander of your attention or the casualty of your impulses. When you stop seeking relief and start seeking results, the dimension of your potential changes. There is an intensity that awakens when you stop trying to escape difficulty and instead choose to devour it. Those who grab difficulty by the throat become the kind of people no setback can intimidate. Nothing evolves faster than a person who stops flinching. Greatness requires a silent agreement with yourself that nobody else will understand. You decide that opinions do not outrank outcomes. You decide that loyalty to your mission matters more than loyalty to your comfort. You decide that emotional noise has no authority over strategic action. Once these decisions take root, you move differently. People around you feel the shift before you even speak. They sense the withdrawal of your emotional availability. They feel the heat of your focus closing the distance between you and your targets. This makes them uncomfortable because it reveals their own lack of direction. Your rise threatens every stagnant person in your orbit. Their resistance is confirmation. Boundaries become your armor in this evolution. You stop explaining your absence. You stop apologizing for your ambition. You stop entertaining conversations that dilute your momentum. What you allow is what you repeat, and what you repeat becomes your identity. The ruthless version of you understands that saying no is not rejection, it is calibration. It is choosing alignment over approval. It is choosing ascension over stagnation. It is choosing the path that makes your future self proud rather than the path that keeps your current self liked. You start seeing time as a battlefield, and you defend it with the seriousness of someone who knows they cannot afford another year wasted. Discipline becomes less of a chore and more of a weapon. The person who does what they said they would do, long after the feeling has faded, becomes unstoppable. You stop worshiping motivation and begin respecting structure. You no longer chase inspiration because you understand that inspiration is a byproduct of consistent action. You attack tasks without ceremony. You complete your objectives without applause. You build a reputation with yourself that no external validation could ever match. The harsh truth is that power grows in the soil of monotony, and only the relentless stay long enough to harvest it. Your emotional tolerance expands with every challenge you refuse to run from. Instead of avoiding conflict, you study it. Instead of fearing pressure, you treat it as training. Your nervous system adapts to intensity in the same way muscles adapt to weight. Exposure creates capacity. Capacity creates confidence. Confidence creates dominance. People who operate at this level are not born different. They are shaped by every moment they refuse to retreat. They voluntarily step into the psychological furnace until nothing fragile remains. That furnace becomes home. Your mind sharpens when you stop romanticizing your weaknesses. Excuses are the language of a person who has not yet decided who they want to become. The moment you view excuses as the enemy rather than the explanation, everything changes. You begin operating from standards instead of moods. You begin making decisions that align with your future rather than your fatigue. You stop tolerating your own laziness because you recognize it as self-sabotage in disguise. Brutal honesty becomes your default setting. With honesty comes power. Purpose becomes clearer when you stop scattering your energy across meaningless pursuits. Focus turns into a force multiplier. The fewer things you care about, the more dangerous you become at the ones that matter. People who lack purpose waste their lives reacting. People who cultivate purpose build worlds. The difference is intention. The difference is direction. The difference is the willingness to prune everything that does not sharpen you. As your life becomes more streamlined, your ambition becomes more lethal. Every day you choose the harder path, a new layer of resilience grows beneath your skin. Every time you honor your standards, a new level of respect forms in your mind. Every moment you refuse to negotiate with weakness, a new identity tightens its grip on your reality. Eventually, the world stops trying to test you because it senses you no longer break where you once bent. You turn from someone hoping to rise into someone who cannot fall the same way again. And that is when you realize the transformation is complete.